Hi Taurus, this is your forecast for the month of April 2018. This is a general reading for Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, or Taurus Moon. For a more rounded overview, please watch your rising and moon sign as well. Now, the last week, you've got a major card, so 3 major cards running. So this is an important month for you spiritually, emotionally. It's very significant. And, you may find yourself in a conflict. Maybe you're in conflict with doing what is traditional. Maybe you are fighting the establishment, the authority. Maybe you're fighting yourself and your own rigidity. But you are at odds, again, with someone else or with yourself. You're conflicted. And especially if you've been trying to convince yourself that the ends justifies the means, you may have trouble reconciling the shadow part of yourself with your lighter, higher self. Or you may be dealing with that in other people. So this is a week where you may get a message. Maybe the message is shocking, or maybe you delivered that message. But communication is key this week. And also travel. You may suddenly have to travel. Maybe, you are traveling to some official ceremony. Maybe this is something that's happening out of the blue. You could have made a sudden commitment, or you may be in a conflict connected to divorce or breaking up of a commitment, breaking some kind of tie to another person. So, this is about finding that balance. Now, for some of you, this may play out as a car accident. You may have difficulty with the car. Perhaps it's overheating, or you find yourself stranded, or again, maybe you're speeding and you get a ticket. This is a week to be careful about how you're driving. And it's a week to be careful, period, about being impulsive or reckless in any matter. You're having to be very disciplined, very focused, to have mastery over yourself. And your success comes about through dominion over self. So this is a week that focuses on making some progress, having a definite goal, and the energy, the drive, the ambition to move toward it. Having a clear sense of purpose and using your will to get there. So it's about taking the initiative to start something where you are looking to triumph, where you want to be the victor. And this week you are very determined. There is a single-mindedness to where you're going. Now, perhaps what you want, there's a conflict of interest with someone else. And because of that, your emotions, again, back to that Ace of Cups, may be spilling over in the worst way. You may find yourself, losing your temper, getting angry, having to bite your tongue, or maybe you're trying to control your impulses. If you're focused on health, maybe there are some bad habits that you need to rein in this week. So, how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're acting, what you're saying has a bearing on your environment, and more so than you may have noticed. This is a week of dualities. It's about you versus others. It's about following versus leading, taking the initiative versus falling back. So again, you're going to have to make some changes this week. Changes personally, professionally, or financially. You're going to have to come up with some strategies due to some new circumstances and things that pertain to your future. Now, if you are using your intuition, that Ace of Cups, positively, you may be able to find the correct path and keep things moving along quickly in the direction that you want. Because this is a week of leadership, of being efficient, taking charge, and dealing with any changes that come about. In fact, Your ability to be flexible this week is going to be important. If you have to make some changes, if you have to accommodate something that you didn't expect, something that came out of the blue, it could be that that's not going to cost you what you thought it would. So this week, maybe you're relocating, maybe you're going to travel to a property or leave your own property. Maybe you're having a romantic adventure where commitment is important, or you're on some kind of quest or adventure, but there is something out of the ordinary for you this week. Now, in some cases, you're going to have to really focus. You're trying to get somewhere, you're trying to advance, and you're hitting some roadblocks, some snags, some unexpected occurrences that try your patience. It could be some form of delay, whether in communicating or traveling. It could be some miscommunication. It could be, again, you're having some issues with your car, or maybe there's something medical that has cropped up because you didn't attend to it. In other cases, this is about emotions and the level of commitment to another person. You may be so vested in another person that you believe, and strongly so, that you need this person to feel fulfilled. You need this person's affections to validate you. Life wouldn't have any meaning if this tie were broken. So, in fact, that's you giving your power away. You're lacking self-confidence. You're putting your investment in the wrong place. So this is a week where control mainly over self is important, because there are going to be some circumstances that you can't control, and how you respond to that is the lesson. It could be that you made a mistake. You miscalculated. You made an error in judgment. You didn't see things clearly. You let your emotions override. And for whatever reason, things are off track. They're not moving quickly the way you wanted them to. You've hit a bumpy patch. Whatever it is, you are looking at your relationships and they're changing. And it could be an irrevocable change, as indicated by that tower. You're having to look at something, and your perspective, your eyes are being opened. You're gaining some insight, but only if you're paying attention. And maybe you are needing to spend time with self in order to do that. There could be issues, again, where you want to trust, you want to be protected, and you may need to seek some kind of sanctuary, whether on your own or in another person, a relationship. You need to get focused and re-energized. So for some of you, some new information, perhaps something shocking or just out of the usual, you're going to have to think it over. You're going to have to listen to your intuition. And it could be that you need to rest. You need to withdraw, especially if this was a health issue.